Well, what, Gabby?
Well, you're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Gabby.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah. I might choke you in public. Big black guy chokes small white woman.
It's not a good look, Shannon.
Not a good look that you do what you did to me.
Okay, well...
Well, what? Well, what, Gabby?
That phone call confirms my suspicions after I heard it originally, added with the text. Now, I didn't know that Shannon Sharpe had did this.
Shannon offered to settle these accusations.
Yes, there was a settlement offer made by Mr. Sharpe. I will only generally say to you that it was in the tens of millions of dollars demanded by the plaintiff in return for her silence. That's under any definition commonly understood. That is blackmail. And Mr. Sharpe was willing to pay an amount in the tens of millions of dollars, but no final agreement could be reached. And we thought we were still in the middle of discussions when, without warning, the mediator, who's a retired judge, ourselves as lawyers, without any prior warning, still thinking that we were close to a final agreement, the plaintiff and her lawyer from Houston filed a case in Texas publicly accusing my client of lies and willful, harmful lies by using the rape word when it was she knows, 100% knows, and the evidence will show that she knew that this was entirely consensual. So we were of the belief on our side that we had an agreement without any warning. Not even the mediator, who is a retired judge, was given a warning out of courtesy. This case was filed and the public charges went throughout the media before we even knew that the discussions were over and the case had been filed.
Mr. Davis, last Friday, Front Office Sports reported Mr. Sharpe was in line for a $100 million deal for his podcast. On Sunday, the lawsuit was filed. Is there a timing issue here?
This is one of those two facts line up one after the other where everyone can draw their own reasonable inference. So I have a reasonable inference. It's my reasonable inference. Others might disagree that they're very related, that this plaintiff was looking for money. What she does on OnlyFans was for money in role-playing and virtual fantasy with men who pay her. At the end of the relationship, it's not known yet, but it is a fact that the plaintiff started to charge Mr. Sharpe money, so the relationship became transactional. This is who she is by the facts. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just describing two facts, that she charged him money or asked for money. She's on OnlyFans and charges people money to do role-playing, and that for that reason, I'm going to let the inference be decided by everybody that her knowledge that Mr. Sharpe was about to receive a very lucrative contract based upon his talent and his abilities, and he's extremely capable on television and very knowledgeable, not only as a great former professional athlete, but I believe as a very credible and likable television presentation. that he has great value in his podcast and his positions on television. She knew that, took advantage of it, and I have described this in my opinion. It's my opinion only, that this is classic definition of blackmail, especially when you know the party you're blackmailing is about to be making a lot of money. In my opinion, that gives the greatest leverage to a blackmailer, and I believe there's a reasonable inference that one led to the other. Others might disagree. I'm sure Mr. Busby would make his own argument that this is not blackmail and that this is reasonable and that there's nothing to do with Mr. Sharpe's sudden announcement by somebody else, not by him, about a lucrative contract, had nothing to do with the plaintiff suddenly deciding to break off negotiation after she was offered tens of millions of dollars and suddenly to file a lawsuit. And why she did that and why her lawyer did that is up to them to explain.
The next question is coming from Edward Lewis from TMZ. I just want to be clear, Mr. Sharpe did make his accuser an offer in the tens of millions of dollars range, correct?
In the multiple of 10. That's all I'm willing to say at this point. But yes, the answer is yes, in multiples of 10 million, more than 10 million. I'd like to condition my last answer as I was not in the room for the mediation effort. It is possible it is only 10 million as the last offer. So I'll at least say at least 10 million, subject to my confirming whether there were any numbers exchanged higher than 10 million. So let me correct what I said, that it's at least a $10 million offer that had been made and that they walked away from.
Now, one of the biggest things that I was hearing was, a 3-letter acronym, NDA. Non-disclosure agreement, meaning that Shannon Sharpe's relationship was not going to be talked about. Typically, and we notice, a lot of people who get NDA signed are prostitutes. I think Shawty was a BDSM madam / prostitute. This is all what I'm thinking, because there's one or two things going on here. When Shannon kept on asking for her to sign that NDA, bro, that let me know a couple of things. He didn't want certain things and aspects about his relationship and his freakiness to come out. Now, either he was paying for it, which I believe, or he liked certain things and he like, Shawty, you can't tell nobody about this. She's kind of dumb though, because she should have signed the NDA. I think she didn't sign the NDA because it wasn't enough money. If she would have kept quiet. And the biggest factor where I point to that is Shannon Sharpe offered $10 million. I've been writing that ink, by the way. $10 million. 10. Why are you offering $10 million, Shannon? Could it be that you're guilty of something? And the answer is obviously yes. Y'all say what you want, say what you like. You're not offering $10 million if you're not guilty of something. So do I believe the last bit of whatever when they say he hit her raw and all that stuff and everything like that? I could, because there was text messages that were sent out. But I cried when you left. I begged you to put a condom on and not to put it in my ass, and you didn't listen. I don't care what our history is. No means no, Shannon. I don't know how to process this. Then it goes green here, which means that he's sending this, and it says, can I call you later?
Now I'm looking right at y'all. Let me tell y'all what Shannon needs. Let me tell you what my baby needs. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon needs. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. I do. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old, get you an old out there that can love you old. You're trying to hang out with these young and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it. Dang. When they want you to go for the 4th round, you looking at her like, listen, you want some money to go to Starbucks? Yeah, because I can't go no further. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that 4th round, she's going to say, hold on. Let me go get you some eggs and cheese and some toast with apple butter, because that's going to get your energy back up. I'm talking right to you. So he thought I was going to be scared to say, yes, I'm talking. And I know an old gal, she'll be good to you. Her name is Elladora.
Shannon Sharpe is 50, almost 60, some years old, screwing a teenager. Men are disgusting. That's yuck. You're not embarrassed? Now listen, what I can't do is I can't agree with everything. I can agree with some. Is that something I would do? No. Sadie Nash ain't messing with nothing dang near under 26, 27. You know what I'm saying? But I'm 35. You get what I'm saying? It's different over here. But for y'all to act like it's illegal, it's not. It's just not. So when Shannon Sharpe basically did what he did, it's not illegal. It just sounds disgusting. It reeks of you being a deviant. It reeks of you got something wrong psychologically up here. Now, there are those who say some of the dumbest things that I've ever heard, and that is Shannon Sharpe could have been married and had a family and all that stuff. Shannon Sharpe did have all that. What are y'all talking about? This is the part of the show where I got to stop the damn cameras from swirling on the whole entire audience to say, focus back on me. Shannon Sharpe was married. Shannon Sharpe has children. Shannon Sharpe is a grandpa. So when y'all say these things, ladies, understand something. Millionaires ain't about to marry y'all. It's too much of a risk. But this is the risk that he takes when he does stuff like this. Shannon Sharpe would have been perfectly fine finding a 35-year-old woman or a 40-year-old woman who was into all of this stuff any doggone ways. If I was into that, that's what I'd be looking at. I'd be going older. If I wanted something like that, I could choke and degrade and talk all crazy to. She got to be in her 40s. I got to know she's seasoned out this bitch. I got to know she know what to do. Now, Nash ain't hitting nothing in the Duke shoot, but if I was, 19 is just a little too tight, bro. I ain't gonna lie. She don't know how to fart yet, but I'm not trying to make fun of this situation. I'm gonna get back to the serious nature of this part. Shannon Sharpe is guilty of something. It just is what it is. You're not settling for $10 million. You're not trying to settle $10 million. Now, Shannon could have panicked. It could be, man, bro, this is going to be bad. They're going to lump me in with Diddy. They're going to lump me in with Jay-Z. They're going to lump me in with all these freakazoids. True indeed. He could have panicked. That could be why he did it. He could be basically on some, man, look, it's bad out here for everybody else. Everybody else getting hit with freakos and ricos. But one of the things I hate is when y'all settle. Let it come out, let you lose, and let it be for that. Lose in court and still maintain your innocence. Hell, Tory Lanez would never admit he shot Megan Thee Stallion, even though all the proof in the paperwork is there. And any moron who want to argue that you didn't read the paperwork, show me what page you talking about. Whole nother story. Shannon Sharpe is guilty of some things, for sure. Did he panic? More than likely. Did he actually do it? Probably some of it. They said exclusively in that document, hey, bruh, a woman can say yes 99 times, but that one time she say no, that's it. That's an opening statement right there. That's what Tony Busby and Micah are going to lead with. Guaranteed. They're showing you their hands. What Shannon Sharpe's lawyer is going to say is, bro, all this is freaky. Look, here are the text messages right here. One thing she didn't do is she never showed what them text messages actually were. Because if she did, she wouldn't have known that Shannon Sharpe was going to do this.
I know you missed this big juicy A, $25K for each chick. I mean, she trying to get that BBL up out of your boy Shay Sharpe. Gabriella is a nigga in a text message to Shannon Sharpe, January 1st, 2025, 9:50 p.m.
And that's exactly what I think. Those text messages don't mean a thing. I don't believe those text messages mean a damn thing. Shannon Sharpe may be up like 40, 50 million and think 10 million, I'll make all this crap go away. It'll never come out. She signs this, she signs that. I go on my life. Never knew this girl a day in her life. She was plotting on you from day one. She was. There's no way in hell that woman just sat there and said, I know you missed this juicy ass for $25K, and literally say, hey, that's each cheek, 50 bands. And the next thing you know, the very next day, release text messages talking about you, put it in her butt, and you went raw. Shawty, you been getting hit by that man after he slept with Monica. I believe Monica happened in September or October. So what about what about the next months? What about the November? What about the December? He was been hitting that. So you didn't really care about it unless you going to show text messages that say you told him to wear a condom and he agreed. One, Shannon, I don't know how stupid you could be hitting that brow raw anyways, and she's 19. Unless you got a goddamn vasectomy that for sure was killing all things shooting up out your old little septical. But Shannon, you guilty of something. What it is, I don't know. So it just is what it is on that part, man. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Adam and Brick are warring, and it seemed like that was bound to happen any doggone ways. I'll catch y'all on the next one. We'll drop that one in a couple hours.